game, and oh, baby, the Warriors' 10-game home winning streak is snapped just like that to the shorthanded Indiana Pacers, and it happened back on January 20th of last season when the Pacers were shorthanded to beat the Warriors in overtime. Last night, it was the Andrew Nembhard show.
Unbelievable.
31 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds. He shot 60% from the floor, hit 5 threes. The only other player to ever do that in NBA history, LeBron James.
Wait. So break that down. What did he do that no one else besides LeBron has done?
31 points plus, 5+ threes.
Okay.
60% shooting from the floor.
Okay. So not
13 8+ rebounds.
Okay, so
13 plus assists.
So filling the stat sheet plus being super efficient. Wow.
Only LeBron James and Nembhard have come up with that stat line.
Was he the guard opposite Suggs at Gonzaga?
He was on that national championship or national
Final
title runner-up
team.
team. Jalen Suggs, Drew Timme, Corey Kispert.
I can't stand Drew Timme.
Yeah, he's still there, by the way.
Of course he is.
He's still
a 15-year senior.
But you know what? If you play 5 years, you have experience. I'm learning that since Brock Purdy played 4 years at college that he's going to be ready to go. He can lead the Niners to the Super Bowl. That's what I was told yesterday.
Well,
anyway, we'll get to that dumbass idea.
Unbelievable. We'll get to that in a second. We're going to have some fun today because I have fallen for the banana in the tailpipe many times when it comes to 49er quarterbacks, and we're going to go through it. But here's the thing. Nembhard last night was forget the shooting because he hit 2 threes down the stretch that were nothing but net. He was in complete control.
Yeah.
How about some of the passes?
Well, you know the problem with the Golden State Warriors?
They're not athletic.
It's going to rear its ugly head in 7 of the next 8.
What's that?
7 of the next 8 games are on the road. In Salt Lake City, against the Jazz. Mm-hmm. Got Boston on Saturday at home.
Maybe the best team in basketball. It was offensively through the roof in terms of their efficiency. Defensively, they're not where they were last year, but they get, what's his name?
Malcolm Brogdon is coming off that bench, and he's balling. Robert Williams is coming.
But what's his nickname? It's something Lord.
Is
it Dark Side Lord?
I don't remember his nickname.
He has a specific nickname, and it's like comic book.
Time Lord or something?
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it Time Lord?
I think you're right.
I think it is Time Lord. Yeah, there you go, Time Lord.
Yeah.
Malcolm Brogdon's been a great trade for them.
It's been a great addition. He says the best basketball he's ever seen played, and it's the best basketball he's been involved in.
So you got Boston. So you got Milwaukee, Indiana. Boston, the coach doesn't matter. Boston, you got Milwaukee, Indiana, you got the New York teams, Brooklyn and the Knicks, you got Philly, you got Toronto. The Warriors' issue.
What's that?
Right now, and I don't see it correcting themselves unless they make a trade. Ball pressure, point of attack defense.
Yes, I agree.
And Kenny Atkinson joined us on Warriors Postgame Live Friday night. He said, "Look, we're not close. We haven't turned the corner yet. We need to fix our ball pressure. We need to put pressure on the basketball." And yesterday, Nembhard and the rest of that crew, whether it's Buddy Hield, whether it's Benedict Mathurin, blow-bys all day long, dribble drive penetration, collapsing the defense. Even when the Warriors were in zone, they were slow-footed. And yes, they're an older team. Yes, they're less athletic. It's a problem for the Golden State Warriors. I'm a little concerned on this road trip coming up, especially when they get back home and they got to play the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, so you probably weren't watching the ESPN telecast Friday night, were you?
No.
Okay, so I was flipping back and forth because I'm local to you and NBC, but it was J.J. Redick and Richard Jefferson.
I saw his name trending for the wrong reasons.
Who?
Richard Jefferson.
I don't know about that. I don't know. But what I would say is that J.J. Redick kept bringing up point of attack defense on the Golden State Warriors and how bad they've been. Whether it's jumping out too far, letting a guy blow by them, not switching properly, switching too much.
Right.
Like he was basically diagnosing all the issues that is wrong with their defense on point of attack. Whether it's a screen and roll, whether it's just a basic offensive set. And right now they don't have a lot of great perimeter defenders.
No, it's not. It's a problem.
And then I would also add to that when they start scrambling, they don't have the athleticism to recover.
No doubt.
And I think that is as important as the point of attack defense because some teams can get away with that at the top of the key when they have either a rim protector or some athletes that can, recover quicker.
So you get dribble drive penetration. Ball pressure has been a problem for the Golden State Warriors. And Kuminga's trying hard. I actually like Kuminga. I thought he helped flip the game in the second quarter when they went on an 18-2 run. I think he could play that GP2 role from last season. Now, does he have the IQ like Gary Payton the second right now? No, he doesn't. but he could pick up 94 feet. He could play the dunker spot. He could step out to the corner and hit the three. He's got to play more on a team that's not athletic at all.
He gets
all
a bad
of these
whistle.
guys.
He gets a bad
He gets
whistle.
a terrible whistle.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. Jordan Poole, Curry, Clay, they're all getting blown by. Yes, you did miss Andrew Wiggins yesterday.
Oh, big
and
time.
Andrew Wiggins covers up a lot for this basketball team.
How serious is the abductor injury?
Serious enough to where he didn't play last night. Andrew Wiggins plays every single night,
I'm a little
and we've
worried.
heard nothing about it. And now the right adductor injury, of course, is around the groin injury, around the groin area. So if he can't move and he can't play on this road trip, it could be scary.
Have you ever hurt yourself down there?
Oh, yes.
It is.
It's not fun.
No, and I know you make fun of me because of all the different injuries that
Well,
I've
had injuries, but I mean, you're like injury prone. Like I've had injuries, I just battle through it.
Injury prone means you miss a lot of games. Your boy suits up. I'm limited, but I suit up.
I suit up too.
Like
you
Willis Reed.
you get hurt just getting out of bed.
So
it's a difference.
I was like 30 years old and I hurt that area. And okay, I'm not Andrew Wiggins.
30 years old,
right?
Oh, so you weren't even in your athletic prime.
Well, I slipped on a
You're a
bag
washed-up
coming around
softball
second.
player at that point.
Just chew it and do it.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, B, it's a tough injury to come back from because you think you're good to go, and then you stretch it out a little too far, and you can re-aggravate it. It's tricky. It's a really tricky injury.
You compared your groin to Andrew Wiggins.
I'm not. I'm saying that it's a difficult injury to recover from because you don't know when you're going to be good.
Especially when you're 30 and unathletic.
Well, that's 1,000%. 1,000%.
But look, man, Kuminga is the most athletic player on this team.
By far.
He's got to try to and I think Kerr said it last night. He said, look, he's going to play more.
Yeah.
He's earned minutes. Now, is Moody athletic enough to play? He only played 8 minutes and 10 seconds last night.
Jacked up a couple threes. It
only took one shot.
Oh, I thought it was
took
two.
One shot.
I feel like it was kind of like a contested three.
Right.
It feels like to me, Moody, I just don't know what his fit is right now.
I don't know what it is. And that's why we had this conversation a month ago. Where are the Warriors going to be at a month from now? Early January, mid-January. How active are they going to be at the trading deadline? Because Wiseman's down in Santa Cruz, and I have no idea if he's going to play with the big league club again. I have no idea.
I get the feeling that he's not.
And yet, I look at a game like last night saying, damn, you couldn't use Wiseman against that team, Indiana?
Why didn't Kevon Looney play in the second half as much?
Matchups.
Was it that? Was that what it was?
Matchups. 13 minutes and 41 seconds yesterday, and Indiana, athletic. They just felt like, and it was crazy because Jalen Smith is a nice big for them.
He's really good.
I like him. 16 and 9
well,
last
there's a
night.
lot of guys on that team I like.
Yeah, they got a lot, and they were missing everybody.
I'll, as someone who doesn't watch League Pass as much as you do, I have to admit, very impressed with their roster. Now, it's an outlier game. I don't watch them every single night, but to do that without Halliburton and Miles Turner, I was impressed.
Yeah.
All these guys I'd never heard of, I'm like, wow, this is a long. The key for me, they stuck on Curry like glue.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Off ball, they were with him, and then staying with him, they doubled him, they pressured him. Obviously, Curry had an off night. There's just, but I think a lot of that had to do with Indiana. That was as good of a defensive performance as I've seen against him.
Give Rick Carlisle and the Pacers credit for sticking with the scouting report.
That's a smart team.
And it's a smart team. And it was just eye-popping because, to me, they just come off 3 straight blowout losses after beating the L.A. Lakers, Spinotti's Lakers, with the buzzer beater. Nembhard with the buzzer beater. And they get blown out 3 straight times. They play Portland on Sunday night, get blown out. They come down to Chase Center where the Warriors had been rolling. And this was an opportunity to go 3-0 on the quick homestand and stack a W. We talk about the Niners stacking W's all the time.
Yeah.
Warriors are in a position to where they need to stack W's. And now, when you see a loss like that, you can't go blaming Wiseman.
No.
And this was the same type of loss you had on that road trip where you go 0-5, when you lose to Orlando, where you lose to Detroit, and where you lose to Charlotte. Why? Because young athletic teams are giving the Warriors fits all season long. Now, you get to the playoffs, things slow down. It's, to me, a less of a concern. It's still problematic doing the half court when teams are just getting whatever shot they want. And the warning signs is there Saturday, Shasky, against the Rockets. Warriors went 3-point crazy, right? 3-point crazy. But the points in the paint, the Rockets dominated points in the paint 72-34.
I know.
Usually win games like
But
that.
that's another young athletic team.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then I guess the question to you is, what positionally are you looking for? Are you looking for a 6'6" guy? Are you looking for a 6'10" guy? What are you looking for?
You need size and athleticism and length. I do believe you need some size and length.
So like someone like Vanderbilt, right? Someone I've been
Would be
thinking
great.
about. right?
But why would Utah trade him?
But so that's my question. Like, because
You know?
they have 8,000 picks,
Right.
and maybe they want a player with more upside or a different position. I don't know. To me, I do think that we're starting to get into the Wiseman zone where I'm starting to think about what they could get for him because they need something. They need a shot in the arm.
And if you're not going to play Wiseman, then what's the point of holding on to him, right? If there's no fit here with the Golden State Warriors, and it just may be a bad fit.
Everyone says, Gary Payton Jr. What about Quindary Weatherspoon? Do you think they missed the boat on that one? Because he was a defender that I think was really scrappy and strong, and created transition points. And it's a small sample size.
Right.
I liked him.
Right.
Am I overrating him?
No, I'm not sure how much he helps this team because I do think DiVincenzo's playing a lot better.
He got a lot of loose balls yesterday. I thought he was very high energy.
3 steals yesterday.
Yeah.
Anthony Lamb, he's a two-way guy.
I feel like the Lamb sand is coming out of the hourglass.
Missed some threes yesterday. But, the plus-minus geeks may say, you know what? Oh, right. He was a minus. Oh, actually, he was a plus 14.
Well, I just felt like he was a little. He had a couple of nice passes. One to JaMychal Green, for example.
That's why plus-minus is a joke. By the way.
I just thought he didn't play well yesterday.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to pinpoint him, but it did feel like Kerr trusts him more than I do at this point.
Right.
I feel like he's kind of losing my faith because he had earned it.
You see why plus-minus is a joke?
Well, come on.
He had the best plus-minus yesterday for the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, he was not the best player. I thought actually Clay until the final, 4 minutes or so.
Right.
Clay had a great game. He had a couple of beautiful dribble drive kickouts.
Right.
One to Jordan Poole that was beautiful. Another one cross court that swung back around to Steph Curry for a 3. I thought Clay had a good game.
Yeah, outside of Klay Thompson, the Warriors were 5 of 28 from the 3-point line. He was 8 of 16 himself, surpassing Jason Kidd, surpassing Dirk Nowitzki on the 6-year anniversary of the 60 burger against the Pacers on a Monday night.
It's kind of crazy that him and Draymond are climbing up the list on 3-point makes. I know it's diluted because the game has changed so much, but it's still surprising me. Like Jason Kidd,
right?
Growing up, 1992, Duke, beating that Duke team. Jason Kidd's an all-time legend.
He is.
And now because there's so many great point guards, I think it's forgotten. To me, he was a top 5 point guard all time. I know other people maybe disagree with that. I had him on the same level as a John Stockton, below a Magic, probably below Isaiah. But for me, I had way more of an affinity for the way Jason Kidd played. So to see him pass him, that meant something to me.
Yeah. If the Warriors don't have Andrew Wiggins on this road trip,
they're in trouble.
They could be in big-time trouble. Big-time trouble.
They already are a bad road team.
I mean, 13-12 right now in the season. Going to Salt Lake City Wednesday. Never an easy place to play. Then you get a finals rematch against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown Saturday night at Chase Center.
Tatum's learned how to dribble.
Oh, Jason Tatum is playing like an MVP.
Brown, no, but Tatum, yes.
Tatum may have been injured in those finals.
You think?
They said something afterwards, and we kind of poo-pooed it, but it was weird how he just all of a sudden lost his ball handling ability in the NBA Finals.
I was listening to a podcast with Mike Schur, who is a writer. He did a lot of television screenwriting, and he's a huge Boston fan.
Right.
And he was basically saying that Jason Tatum has really dramatically improved his dribbling.
Yes.
And that was the one area that obviously the Warriors exposed him and Jaylen Brown in.
Right.
Jaylen, still not the greatest dribbler, but Tatum has gotten a lot better at that. And if you look going left, they killed him going left.
Again, some people will tell you they don't know how the Warriors won that series. Some people will tell you that. Let's go to Coach and Vallejo. Coach, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, Bonte, Joe. Again, I hope you guys don't take offense that I disagree with you, Bonte, but plus minus, the NBA, Steve Kerr, and the players, they all look at that statistic. And what's glaring to me is that if you look at it, every time they brought Kuminga in and they brought in Lamb, that's when the Warriors started catching up. Now, they didn't necessarily make shots, but they start playing defense
Coach,
out there.
Real quick. So I do agree that Kuminga came in to help change the game. But Kuminga was even when it came to plus minus, 0. Anthony Lamb was plus 14, which to me, I thought Kuminga had a bigger impact.
And I agree. However, if you do look at the plus minus, Bonte, what was Jordan Poole's?
-6.
Started the game.
-6.
Absolutely. Every time they brought him in, they started losing again.
But
And
here's
I
the
was-
problem, Coach. He had 23, 5, and 4, and he was a -6. Like Saturday night, he had 30, or excuse me, Friday night he had 30, and he was a -6.
Can we meet in the middle and just say that it's a tool, but it's not the end all be all? Like, for example, Kevin Durant, his rookie and sophomore years, he was fantastic. 25 points a game. -651 and -501.
Right. I mean,
Those were his rookie years. This is one of the greatest
So-
players of all time.
some players use it as a tool.
It's a tool.
Some players think it's an absolute joke. Some former coaches think it's an absolute joke. Some players like it. Some people use it.
It's like using war as your only
Right.
determination on if a player is good or not. Like, can we do the math a little better? Can we evaluate players in a more sophisticated way?
Yeah. Jordan Poole was 10 to 21 yesterday.
I thought Jordan Poole was fine yesterday. Down the stretch, I felt like he doesn't get enough shots because it's
Right.
really difficult. It felt like Steph was kind of shot hunting at the end, which
Yep.
he's Steph Curry. I mean, come on. And look, Steph's entitled to a bad game. Steph played poorly.
So Kuminga was 4-4, grabbed 4 rebounds, scored 10 points.
Set some nice screens,
Set
got a
some
couple
nice
of nice
screens.
rebounds.
Anthony Lamb was 3 of 9, 0 for 4 from the three-point line, 5 rebounds, 6 points. He was plus 14. Kuminga was at a 0.
I thought Kuminga was better than that. And Kuminga stayed on the court later in that
Right.
game and got a couple of weak fouls. And then he started arguing with the
that's
ref.
it.
I kind of love to see him. That's the first time I've seen him show emotion to a ref.
If you like plus minus, that's fine. Like Benedict Mathurin for the Pacers last night was all over the place. 4 of 16 from the floor, 14 points. Yet he was a +9. It was a +9. It could be flawed. Plus minus could be flawed, but I'm not going to deter anybody from looking away at the plus minus or whatnot. If you want to use
It's
that
a tool.
that's fine.
It's a tool.
Sometimes I'm just looking at it and just like, all right, Jordan Poole's a -6 last night. I get defensively, they were getting cooked, but he had 23, 5, and 4.
I mean, Nembhard hit a couple of threes down here. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Nembhard was really good.
He hit
Nembhard
two
was really
threes
good.
back to back from the hip like he was a freshman in high school. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
He was awesome. And then he threw an alley-oop in the final couple minutes. Like, he was in full control. He gets rid of the ball, circles around, gets it back, dribble drives in, throws the alley-oop. I mean, he was fantastic.
This team needs a jolt, man. They need a jolt. They're not clicking yet. I thought they were close to turning the corner. Without Andrew Wiggins, a lot of these could be exposed coming up here. Let's see how long Andrew Wiggins is going to be out.